Hi everybody! Welcome to Daily Space. I am your host Susie Murph, and let me know in the chat if you can see and hear me because I'm paranoid about not doing this properly. So let me know if you see and hear me and everything looks good. And I will get ready to put science in your brain. And once again, I have my script on my iPad, so apologies I looked down to read it. Until I get a multi-monitor setup here in front of me, I get to use all of my gadgets all around me. So that's pretty fun. All right. Everybody says we're looking good. Great. Okay, well, let me get started with this because we have a little Friday humor. All right, so in general, we are here to bring you all that's new in science and space and astronomy. But sometimes something comes up that doesn't quite fit into that, and it still needs to be addressed. So this week, while the headlines are filled with pretty ugly stuff that we would probably rather not read, we want to take a moment to celebrate the silliness that came about on Twitter. When the New York Post tweeted that new research finds that Jupiter is flinging asteroids at Earth. We're not sure what it was about this specific tweet that caused collective absurdity to arise, but something in our collective unconscious decided that this was the moment when we make Jupiter trend. From Daniel Aubrey on Twitter responding, rooting for Jupiter, to be honest, to Sloan responding, tired, Mercury is in retrograde. Wired, Jupiter is hurling rocks. To Sue the T-Rex stating that apparently I've got a beef with Jupiter now. And the hilarity just goes on and on. I will include a whole bunch of these links where people are commenting back and forth on Twitter in our blog post over on dailyspace.org. But they're getting a little silly with this, but it's kind of welcome silliness because it's been a rough week in the news. And so we could use a little bit of light humor this weekend. So, why are they doing this? Well, we're not exactly sure what brought this story to the attention of the newspaper at this particular moment in time, but we do know whose research inspired it. Our friend Kevin Grazier has been working on modeling how Jupiter's gravity influences the orbits of minor objects in our solar system. And he's published a series of papers detailing how Jupiter doesn't so much as protect us from incoming comets and asteroids, but rather haphazardly fires things in many directions, including directly at us. So in the new article published in December's monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, Grazier and his colleagues describe how Jupiter may in fact systematically hurl things towards the interior planets. Objects from the outer solar system often get caught in orbits near the ice and gas giants, becoming what we call centaurs. These objects' orbits are often unstable. Try reading that 5 times fast. And the massive pull of Jupiter can repeatedly pull them off course. Centaurs are regularly converted into Jupiter family comets with orbits spanning from out near Jupiter and diving all the way in among the inner planets, where they can hit us. Great. And this is an ongoing process. New objects are frequently becoming centaurs as they fall from the outskirts of the solar system, and Jupiter regularly creates comets. So this means even if we perfectly map all the objects in the inner solar system today, we still have to worry about new things joining us near the sun tomorrow. Why? Well, for that answer, we encourage you to check out Twitter, or at least the tweets we've linked to in our website on dailyspace.org. So we hope you enjoy that. And if you're not following Kevin Grazier, you can find him over on Facebook. He's a fantastic scientist and also has been the science advisor on a number of television shows, including Eureka, Battlestar Galactica, and I think he's even done some work with The Expanse currently. So he is well known for being pulled in on TV shows and stuff. And he's a friend of Pamela's. So definitely go look up Kevin Grazier, Graizer, on Facebook, and you'll find interesting things that he posts. Okay, in other news, If you have clear skies and are in Europe, Asia, Africa, or Australia, basically anywhere but the Americas, you'll be able to see tonight's full moon go from super bright to a middling gray as the moon passes through the outer part of the Earth's shadow, the penumbra. While this is less dramatic than a full eclipse that can turn a moon bloody red or asphalt gray, the moon will still appear much grayer than usual. To find out what time to look up, check out the links on our website. I have a link at timeanddate.com for the lunar eclipse today that will show you. So Guido and all you folks that are not in the Americas, you should be able to go outside and see some of this. In our final story of the day, we'd like to let you know that we're hearing that preliminary inspection of the Arecibo Observatory didn't reveal any damage. However, a more careful investigation has not been possible as of the time of this writing due to the steady stream of aftershocks going on. Like California, Puerto Rico is located on a plate boundary. And in this case, the Caribbean plate and the North American plate come together at Puerto Rico, and this and the surrounding islands exist between Puerto Rico Trench and the Muertos Trench. These beautiful uplifts of lands, this is a tongue twister today. These beautiful uplifts of land are plagued with earthquakes and often experience swarms of quakes. And while this doesn't appear to be a swarm of the same magnitude quakes, both foreshocks and aftershocks have still been of sufficient strength to be felt and to make repair efforts risky. This is one more reminder that we live on a world that is still very much geologically active, and that at any moment the surface of our world can be reshaped through tremendous releases of energy. So we're hoping that for now, the Earth will stay quiet in the places where people live, and we can focus, as we did earlier this week, on volcanoes on Venus or something else, anything else instead. So here is to a quiet world this weekend. All right, that finishes up the script part of this. I am happy to come back and look. Yeah, I'm happy to come over here and look at questions. Veronica Cure says, my brain so wants to hear Fraser instead of Grazer. Yes, it's a little bit of a tongue twister to keep them back. Okay, let's see. Jupiter flinging asteroids at Earth. Apparently it kind of is. I mean, Kevin does good science, so it makes sense. Let's see. But at us is such a tiny angle, Larry Weird is saying, then not at us. I remain convinced that Jupiter is 99.99% our protector. Yes, it is a very tiny angle, and just because something gets thrown in the inner solar system doesn't mean it's going to hit us. But Jupiter is apparently throwing a lot of things, so this increases the likelihood that something could come and hit us. Is Puerto Rico a volcanic island or just land? From the description in here, now I haven't done the research myself, but from the description in here, if it's on a plate boundary, there could be volcanoes. That often happens. It kind of depends on how the plates meet and if there's like cracks and stuff. That is definitely a Google question. But it's definitely active there. Veronica Cure says, I finally saw Betelgeuse last night. Still bright, just more blue than red. Yeah, it's just got that weird color change going on. Let's see. Larry Weird says we might have a tornado tonight. But there are tornadoes, and then there are rumors of tornadoes, so to speak. Yes, so be safe, Larry. Watch out. Anytime there's a chance of tornadoes, be safe wherever you are. I live in the South. We get tornadoes a lot. You know, you get, especially, we're about to head into tornado season as the weather starts changing from winter to spring, and you get all of that temperature and instability. So take tornadoes seriously. You know, we have a basement. We go in the basement. Even if we're sitting there just goofing off on our phone, we're in the basement just in case, because I've seen a few nasty ones come through. When I was a kid, my grandmother's house, she had giant pecan trees in the backyard and in the front yard, and tornadoes took like 3 or 4 of them out over the course of my childhood. So, yeah, we take them pretty seriously. So everybody be safe, no matter where you are. Make sure you've got your weather alerts turned on your phone. This is one very handy thing that you can turn that on, like the National Weather Service in the U.S. or whatever country you're in, I'm sure has a weather plan. And make sure you know when they're coming. DPI 209 says, reminds me of Starship Troopers. Bugs flinging asteroids. Yep. Yeah. Flinging asteroids at the Earth is not a good plan. Jupiter needs a timeout. I don't know. Most of the time it's still pretty good. Astro B London says, the penumbral eclipse of the moon occurs on Friday, January 2020, lasting from 1707 to 2112 UT. So, if you're in Europe, that's when you can see it. So yeah, Astro B, you might have to go outside and see if it's doing that right now, because UTC is 5 hours ahead of me. So yeah, you could be having that right now. So you should go out and take a look and tell us if you can see it. Yeah, I'm in Eastern time zone, so UTC is 5 hours ahead of me. And Hawaii is 5 hours behind me, so we've been having fun communicating with Pamela this week, who is still on her fantastic vacation in Hawaii after the AAS meeting. And apparently Fraser's plane that was supposed to take him home yesterday, his flight got canceled, so he got stuck there for another day. So I'm thinking he must have had a good time there too. I'm waiting on him to send me Astronomy Cast intros. So, Larry Weird says, this was the worst part of Starship Troopers. Heinlein would never have a bug light a fart and power an asteroid across interstellar space. This is true. Personally, my least favorite part of Starship Troopers was when the bug sucked out the guy's brain. That just creeped the heck out of me when I was younger. I was like, ew. Air Canada again. Yeah, that's probably what he was flying. I don't know what airline he was on, but they canceled his flight. And getting out of Hawaii is hard and a long flight. So I don't know if he's out yet. I should go and bug him. Blame Canada. No, but Canada is so nice. I like Canada and I like Canadians, and you guys are awesome. Yeah. Kerbal says, you may want to check out Games and Gamers after the stream. I did a thing. Okay, that's over in our Discord. And if y'all aren't part of our Discord, look below the stream here, and you should be able to see the links for Discord and how you can join, because you can talk to all of us there. Pamela's there, Annie's there, I'm there, all our moderators are there. Our Discord is a great place to kind of hang out and chat, and I mean, where else are you going to get to ask your questions directly to an astronomer? There you go. Yeah, there's our Discord link in the chat. Thank you, Kerbal, for posting that, and DPI 209. You guys all, I don't remember which command is which. I have to go look them up when I do it because there's so many commands in Nightbot now. But you guys got it. So I see that there. All right. Total cloud cover here in London from Astro B in London. I'm sorry. I know that's not unusual for you, but I'm sorry you're not getting to see the moon. But I bet if y'all check, I'm sure someone is probably live streaming it right now. If you just Google and find a live stream. That's the great thing about now, how easy it is to stream. So if you're somewhere and you have a camera or a telescope or something, it's really easy to go out and stream. So I'm in Atlanta. We have a ton of light pollution, and I'm surrounded by very tall pine trees. So it's hard for me to see anything except maybe straight up. And so I often go and watch streams of things happening, like eclipses and meteor showers and that kind of stuff, because I don't get to see them live as much as I would like. Let's see. Yep, clouds in Europe are quite normal this time of the year. Yeah, Guido, they certainly are. Yeah, Haney recommends Google Slooh, S-L-O-O-H. They may be covering it. They probably are. They do a lot of streams. They'll throw things up really easily on live streams, and they're fun to watch. But yeah, somebody is certainly streaming it, and I will probably go check that out when I'm done here, just so I can see it, because us in the Americas aren't getting to see this one today. Kerbal points out that Econ Greg streamed the annular eclipse from Saudi Arabia a few weeks ago. That is cool, because yeah, that eclipse we weren't able to see here in the States either. There are pins on Slack. I do not Discord much. Pins? Not sure what you mean by pins, but generally there are people in the weekly space hangout on Slack, and you should be able to find very similar information, Larry. Yeah, unfortunately, we're in Slack and Discord, and it can be hard to follow everything. And there are channels that I don't monitor heavily because I get so much information. You know, I'm mostly focusing on making sure I know what Pamela is telling me and Annie are telling me and Nancy. So I apologize. If you need me in Discord or Slack, at me. I'm at Susie in both places. So you can direct message me basically that way in there. And that way, if you have something you really need me to see, I'll see it. I have direct messages. But yeah, there's so many channels and so many things going on that I have some of them not monitored. Oh, Astro B has a stream. Is that a stream where they're showing the eclipse right now, Astro B? It's a YouTube stream, a live stream eclipse. Okay, cool. That's cool. So if y'all want to watch that, y'all can go over there and do that. And I'm pretty much finished here. So what I'll do is I can go ahead and stop what we're doing here, because I'm not quite coordinated enough yet to just pull this stream up and show it to you. Yeah, I'm not that good yet. So we can finish up here and you guys can go check out the penumbral eclipse, because it's probably pretty cool looking. I don't know that I've ever seen one to know it. I just remember the total solar eclipse when we were at in 2016, and we went to Carbondale, Illinois, and that was really amazing. So I'm looking forward to the one in 2024. Veronica says, I got my Hangout-a-thon package. Thank you. Awesome. That is great. I'm so proud of Pamela for going to the post office. I'm telling you, usually she doesn't. Usually I'm the better one about going to the post office. I've still got 2 loads of Bennu mappers stuff to do. So yeah, I got to make another trip next week. But this week, with all the extra streaming and filling in for Pamela, it has not been time to do all that. And I got delayed because vacation and Christmas and holidays, and I was not going to the post office with 30 packages during Christmas. So if you are a Bennu mapper and you have not yet gotten your stuff, don't worry. I am going to send it, I promise. It is all sitting on a table in my basement, spread out so I can pack things. And I got to go do a couple of other loads. Annie is doing a great job of making the mailing labels for me and telling me what goes in what packages, which makes it so much easier. But yes, it requires packing up a bunch of stuff and then making a big trip to the post office where I really annoy all the people in line behind me. But I promise we'll do it. F Bennu. Amen. But it's still pretty cool that we did it. And if you mapped Bennu, you can find out if you mapped one of the landing sites. We should have sent that off to you in an email. So go ahead, take a look at that email, and you will know if you mapped one of the sites they're actually going to be testing. Because there's a primary site that they're going to try taking the sample from, and then a secondary site that's a little easier but not quite as interesting that they can try if the first one's not working well. And I think they get 3 tries. It's either 3 or 4 tries. They've got enough gas in the little canister to do that many tries to come down and take a sample. All right, Astro B, we'll see you later. You're off moon watching. I'm about to finish, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. DPI says I mapped Kingfisher and Sandpiper. Awesome. Yeah, I mapped some stuff, but I don't think I got any of the 4 final sites. But that's okay. I only did like 55 images. I mean, yeah, it was 55. I made it on the leaderboard, and that was pretty much it. All right. Well, if nobody has any additional questions, I'm going to suggest you go to one of these links that Astroby has put in the chat and go watch the Penumbral Eclipse. And I'm going to go and finish working on the podcast version of this. I've got it recorded. I just need to upload it and do the blog post and send everything out. I will be back with you on Monday because Pamela has told me I'm doing Mondays, which is fine. I can do that for her. That's not a problem. And Dr. Pamela will be back on Tuesday. So any burning science questions you have had this week, please bring them on Tuesday. And then we'll kind of try to get back to normal after holidays and chaos and conferences and everything else. And hopefully we'll be hearing about some grants soon. So fingers crossed that maybe we'll get a little more money and be able to do more science. Yes, I hope Pamela sleeps very well all weekend too. She definitely deserves it. You guys don't even see how hard she works and how amazing a person she is. And so I really mean that. You know, Pamela's awesome. And Annie's pretty awesome too. And Nancy and all of you volunteers, all of you moderators, all of you people in the Weekly Space Hangout crew, all of you people in chat that are watching, thank you for everything you're doing. All right, let me do my little credits. Pull up my credits here. Thank you all for listening. The Daily Space is produced by me, Susie Murph, and it's a production of the Planetary Science Institute, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicating to exploring the solar system and beyond. We are here thanks to the generous contributions of people like you. You want to help? Join us at patreon.com/CosmoQuestX. Each live episode of the Daily Space is archived over on YouTube. So if you miss an episode here on Twitch TV, you can find us at youtube.com/c/CosmoQuest. And I edit and produce the episodes over there too. So usually I'm doing stuff behind the scenes. You guys are just starting to get to see me. All right. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Let's hope it's quiet and peaceful and you all get to spend time doing something you love doing. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.